This is Morten from Inkish. We are in Poing, just outside Munich at the CEC or Canon Experience Center, and it's super great. And I have the pleasure of talking to Sven.
Nice to meet you, Morten. Good to see you again.
Sven, let's say that you work in a printing company today, and you work in offset, and now you want to change to some of the wonderful inkjet devices you have here. Do you have to change your entire workflow and how you see design and colors and everything like that? Or how easy is it from a color perspective to go the inkjet journey?
I think it's easier than you expected it is, because for a lot of people, this is a radical change, because they think if they now go in a digital way, they have to change everything that they have. But I think, and this is what we show in our demo center in here, it is quite easy, because we already have a lot of solutions for that, workflows that working together with our Prisma, where you just drop in the files and everything in the back is just taking care that your files look in the end the same like you have in offset, or even better.
But isn't the problem that if you look at inkjet, most of the inkjet printers today have a more narrow gamut compared to offset?
No, I don't think so. Especially, it's directly the opposite. If you look what we can do, it's amazing. But the difference is that you have maybe to take care of your data in a little different way. Because if you used your offset data for years and smaller the gamut in case of the offset, you have to rethink that. And I think a lot of people don't have that in mind, that the gamut is even bigger and that they can have more colors even in special directions.
So let's conclude that basically if you have an inkjet device today with the latest and most up-to-date software, you have a gamut that is wider than you could normally expect from an offset machine, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How much, I mean, because everybody's talking about when you go digital, you don't have like the entire, let's say, visual spectrum of light. So of course you still need to have, in some applications, special colors added to compensate for it. But I mean, can you talk about the IAX and the ProStream, for example? Can you talk about, is there like a percentage of the, let's say, the Pantone space that is covered by full color?
I think percentage is always something that you can nail on, because it's important what the customer wants to see. And even sometimes it happens that the Pantone the customer selected or think what is correct is not the one that maybe is that one on the paper. But if we look with our customers on the Pantone colors, normally they are very happy and see, sometimes we bought offset colors and it looks different. We don't have that in inkjet. So normally when you print once a Pantone color on our system, it will be always the same. So there is not like that you open another bottle and it will be a different. This one is always the same and it will be always exactly on the mark.
The reason I'm asking you this stupid question is basically because I think that there's some misinterpretations, misunderstandings sometimes in the market, that when you have, because I mean, we always say that we want to go for the Fokker standards or for the G7 in the Americas. And I was just wondering, because I mean, Canon complies to both. So basically that means that if you have the right color workflow, you should not have any problems in your preparation of files, right?
Yeah, exactly. But for us, it doesn't matter what kind, if we do G7, Fokker or whatever. When we recommend, we always tell the customer, let's do a house standard, because the most important colors is that you are working in. So based on Fokker or other ones, we just creating sometimes a house standard for the customer that they can check on a daily basis. And they were wondering that they're always matching the colors that they're expecting and no longer far away or have to do a lot of measurings every day. With inkjet, you don't have that.
Okay, let's change to something else that you also work with. That's the Prisma, which is the name for Canon's workflow suite of software. One little thing, all the things that we talk about now when it comes to software and colors, is that something that Prisma also handles for you, or is that something that you need to do out of somebody else's box? Or
I think that's part of our automation. So Prisma is very good if you use it together with other programs. So we can use Prisma for AFP jobs, for PDF jobs, or for a wide range, because when we look at our high quality machines, we need a lot of data at the time. And this is, I think, where other software have sometimes issues to create or even to stream it online to the machines. And this is the correct solution for Prisma. And even Prisma is able to adapt stuff that customers need, because in their old workflow they have some specialties with barcodes, and they now need a new script to put this one into a Prisma. And we in the professional service, we have the people to create these scripts for the people.
One of the things that I also talked to your colleagues about today when we talk about inkjet, especially when we go to continuous feed, is that you need to have a constant stream of data, and therefore it requires new business models. It requires maybe a rethinking of your existing business and how you see customer and data. I mean, Prisma kind of bridges and help you organizing your work compared to substrates and compared to formats and all those kind of things, right?
I think a lot of these processes are very streamlined in Prisma, because you have a lot of sets that you can use for that. And then it's more like we have in our demo center, it's just to drop off the data into one hot folder, and the rest will be done by Prisma and all the other software to push it automatically to the printer. And then the printer can maybe select what kind of jobs they want to have, but it's just one button and everything is directly on the machine.
As you spoke about before we turn on the camera, I mean, with your experience, because you've been in design, you have worked in printing companies, and now you're here as a specialist within Canon. I mean, it must be a huge advantage for you to have that, let's say, background, right?
It's quite interesting to see when the people come over to see our products, and then I, on the other side, can see what the customers have in mind for the future, what kind of products will be increasing in the next years, or even for what kind of product they need that kind of productivity or that kind of quality that they maybe don't get any longer from the offset. Because now with all the inkjets machines, you have much more solutions for different applications.
And I mean, when you get into this digital world, I mean, everybody talks about the digital transformation. I mean, you have lived it through the jobs you have had, and also I think you have a passion for it. How difficult? I mean, I don't think that any printer today is on. They have, all of them have started, but are in different levels. How difficult is it to get to the top of automation level?
I think it is quite easy, because I think what you have to see is what you have in mind for the next year. So what is the product that is growing, and where is the solution for that? And normally, as a printer that asking that question, you have the limitation of the machine that you already have. And you have to think about, should I buy another one? And then I get some percentage more of productivity. But you need to think about the bigger step for higher output of all the applications that you do. And I think this is only possible if you buy inkjet machines to get on a productivity on the next level. I think from the workflow perspective, a lot of people are on a very, very good way or on a highest level. But on the productivity, when it comes to digital printing, I think now inkjet is the next step for a lot of them.
You told me also that part of your work is visiting printing companies in the EMEA region. I mean, do you see an even interest and let's say progress in the market for adapting, let's say, the digital transformation, or is it very different from place to place?
I think every market is always different. But as a professional service, what we're taking care is even after the selling process to getting in a close contact to the customer to help them for exactly these next steps. It's not only about the selling the machine, because the people need new applications. They need to understand what they can do, like you mentioned before. Is there any way to have new colors, or are there products that need these colors, like in the photo printing business, that you didn't expect before? And I think the professional service is exactly there to do these, to find solutions for workflows that they can adapt from other systems to inkjet, or to get more productivity out of these, or even to get help for the PrePress workflow to be much faster, to get all the data now to the machine.
Last question. I think that, as you also know, it's very rare that you come into a printing company that only have like one brand. And when we talk about workflow automation, I think it's very important that you have software that is capable of handling multiple vendors. How is Prisma in that perspective?
I think Prisma is quite open to do it. So even inside in here, we're not only using Prisma. So a lot of other brands like Switch and Ultimate we're using in combination with Prisma. So if customers already experience with that, it's just quite easy to have a connector to bring Prisma in that and to use the processes they used before for the printing data to get closer to the machine.
But I was also thinking about the hardware. Let's say that we spoke about like an offset. Let's say that you have a PrePress and a Canon inkjet IX3200. I mean, can you still adapt these workflows? I mean, the reason I'm asking also because you know how important the color management is to make sure that you can align your output with the equipment you have. Is that still something that you can do within Prisma, or?
I think, and even that is a big part of our job, what we're doing in here, helping people that the inkjet machine, if it's coming to a group of machines what is already there, that they exactly looking the same, so that we don't say, that's our inkjet quality, now we have an issue, because what we see is that customers need the same outlook like from the workflows they used before, and they need this on that special part where they're producing, or even if they bring in machines somewhere else, and this is taking that what we take care as a team for, that all the machines and all the colors, not only our machines, looking exactly the same.
Fantastic. And you have a good time here, right?
Definitely, best
Fantastic.
time.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.